Okay, this is past couple years or what, 7 years?
No, we've been here about almost 3 years.
All right, so what is all this stuff, man? You've got
It might
here?
pop up somewhere in manufacturing.
You selling skirts in here or shirts? What? This is for the Bandit, right? This is what you've been doing.
At least here for the last almost 3 years. Every time somebody made an order for Bandit, sometimes it'd be somewhere between 2 to 4. I'll come out and make a whole bunch of original Bandits, and I'll make the custom Bandits. This is what it is. So before I was hand cutting these, and then I finally got templates. The sewing contractor I hired for a little bit after, like for 3.0 and 4.0, told me, you don't hand cut leather, you make a template. And then they click it on this giant machine. Like, really? They do that? They can cut thick leather like this?
But you hand cut them.
I hand cut over 5,000 wallets. Just, people know when I'm sewing, there's going to be thread everywhere. So I taught myself over 5,000 wallets to kind of take some shortcuts, right? So I could speed up the manufacturing process. So over 5,000 wallets. Oh, this is part of the original Bandit thing. I'm kind of rusty right now, but as soon as I get into 10, I'll get pretty good. Get really quick. I use this staple because it doesn't cut into the elastic. It doesn't ruin it when I pull it out.
So for every single Bandit, this is how it's done.
Yeah, so in order to streamline what I was doing, since I was doing over 5,000, I needed to think how I could streamline this faster. So everybody was complaining, right? Which I totally respect. And that's why I was going, what can I do to make Bandit wallets faster? Then how I made the prototypes. So I, on my own, with I think I got something from my, I was crafty on being able to shortcut things and speeding the process up. Read a lot about Ford, everybody manufacturing things online, how to speed up process. But from doing 1 to 10 without doing these staples, then I started getting to 50. I'm going fast enough. I gotta do 5,000, right? You know, how do I speed this up to go even faster? Because there was no way at the rate I was going without stapling those things down and going forward, I was at a rate of making about 50 a day, maybe less, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized, wait a minute, I can't be making 50 at a time. That's going too slow. I'm doing the math, calculating every time-wise. Because I wasn't even achieving 50 at a time. I was achieving like 25 the first day. Panic, you know what I mean? Panic.
Yeah. Do the math. 55,000.
Yeah. So I had to speed up the process in my mind, knowing how I did the first 50, right? And then every step of the way, I had to go even faster to speed up the process. Knowing I've never done sewing manufacturing in my life, I'd sewed prototypes, but never sewed manufacturing. But I was so quick learning because I wanted to get everybody's wallets out. I was already gonna be late. So there's one more thing I'm looking for, so you always go through this. Sewed on the road. So if we look here, I taught myself, oh, if I just put this, and I didn't work with any manufacturing thing, I just go if I put this here and tape it, actually it can help me sew a lot quicker without, and I could go pretty straight, which I learned later with the manufacturer that, wow, you taught yourself to make a jig? Yeah, I had to go fast. I had to go fast. I had to speed up whatever I was doing. That one up. Feel it already. But it's not too bad, but it's not perfect.
Okay.
And I felt it already. So if you see here, I line everything up, but that one is down. But because it's elastic, I can scoot it up a little. But I felt it that I was off already.
And do you go through that a lot?
Huh?
Do you go through that a lot? That happening?
So that's kind of like one step. So staple all of them, staple all day long, staple like 500, stack them neatly, and then the next step is you just sew this. You just repeat the process. Same steps. This is how fast I got on Bandit because try sewing 5,000 wallets by yourself. You know, the only thing you can do is faster. Then it jams up by going that fast. But I can slow it down, but I couldn't really slow it down. Just had to get to a rhythm, right? Because I had to sew that 5,000 bandits. Manufacturer failed.
Why didn't you just get another manufacturer?
There wasn't another manufacturer there. And I was already kind of late. I thought they were going to have 5,000 ready for me in 30 days. But I failed. Later I realized from a sewing contractor that it was a busy season. And their biggest client was Snap-on Tools. So I only had one sewing contractor allocated to me. Everybody else was working on the Christmas rush. There was nobody else. Everybody's doing the high-end clients for the Christmas rush. Nobody was available in July or August.
You were already late on fulfilling.
I was already late already. I'm a guy who can do it all, hard worker, and I went at it. See? I already hit one dot over. Then I would throw that out. Because I'm a human being, not a machine. And I threw away a lot of those, which I regret now. But I wasn't going to give anybody a little one stitch over. And on the original Bandit, I probably had a 95% success rate. See, I hit it again. I'm rusty, you know what I mean? And I'm pushing the limit too far. Like I'm remembering now, oh, this is what I did. I never went towards the edge. Like I'm pushing it now, that fast. I could actually just slow it down. My accuracy got better, right? I won't go over, so I compensate. But for Bandit, I was going that fast on the other one, like this. Ah, they would get stuck sometimes. Oh, remember I said I get stuck sometimes? So here's out of what I do to recover on some of them. Ready? Get rid of it. pull it out. But I would leave these, put them on the side, right? Because if you just always stop like this, you're breaking the flow of manufacturing. So I put a whole bunch of one that failed on the stitching like that, right? It's just the nature of, I don't think so Viking thought somebody's gonna go that fast going back and forth. You know? Never in their mind do they think anybody in their right mind will go like that. And that's why I think it jams up all the time. And then the next step I do, because it's not done yet. Not done. Ready? So I get pretty much, come around here, Ben. So there's a whole bunch of these. I would get to do this. I got to like doing this about 125 or 50 times in one long day. And then I got really quicker, right? And then I would spend another morning just doing this. Staples everywhere in the living room, dude. Staples everywhere. Ever. Right? But by stapling the elastic, it helped keep it there and maximize, basically, like, I even found a sewing contractor in Denver. I would never staple leather and elastic together. But I'm like, why? Why would you not use something to assist the sewing contractor? You know? Why? I do it all the time. I did it 5,000 times. She's like, I would never do that. I would never let the sewing contractor do that. Why not? Why wouldn't you assist to, instead of just having them do by hand and going slow? You know, give them jigs to go faster, because all sewing contractors are getting paid by the finished product. They don't get paid by the hour; they get paid by the finished product. I've talked to numerous manufacturers, and then when I really became friends with a sewing contractor on Bandit 3 and 4, she told me everything that they do. Literally, when you sew as a sewing contractor in the U.S., you're sewing by the wallet or by the item. So the manufacturer says, okay, this didn't have enough money, because the manufacturer will go, okay, I'm paying the sewing contractor I have, I'm paying them $2 each one completed, right? Obviously that's not enough for somebody, but say I'll pay you $3, right? And then the manufacturer puts their percentage because they're housing the sewing machines. And then obviously it's tougher for them. This is a pro consumer machine, and they use Jukies and stuff. So it'd be hard for them to do whatever this one, because they would, for the zigzag stitch I created that's coming up, it's I mean, like this, I was cutting 200. Melanie kind of jumped in to cut, you know. I had better fingers, but I cut off my fingertips cutting leather, the black dot leather.
What'd you do with the fingertips?
There's literally holes in my fingers. My fingertips just got cut off by the razor blade I used. So this side, I'm cutting out the ends, you know, on the other side. So 5,000 for Bandit 1.0. And I really should have just shared this. I was the one that sold it, all of them, except for that pile there, which was no good in my eyes from the manufacturer. But I cleaned them up. All right, so the next step is sometimes going that fast just throws this machine out. Like, I don't think so Viking never thought that somebody like me would just put this pedal to the metal. So it's better to like slow it down, but you know, I like sewing pretty fast. And then a sewing contractor told me, you don't cut the thread, you just push it forward. But for Bandit, I was cutting every single thread. Like cut, redo, but I learned years later, I don't need to trim it off. And I do two different stitchings now because Bandit had that little edge, so I do a different stitching. So there's actually two stitchings I do, which is this first step and then the next step. And I can actually watch TV just doing this. I can watch TV all day long. Listen to TV, watch. Oh, I've done it so many times that.
Well, now you'll be able to watch this.
Yeah.
But you're not sewing anymore. Are you sewing anymore after this?
Yeah.
Mm.
So then, like when you get it all together, they just said, I just put it all at once. Imagine you kept cutting, you're just spending time doing an extra step when you could just cut them super fast like that. And then get to the next process. So bandits last pretty long because I put that first stitch and then a zigzag stitch, which I didn't do at the original Bandit on the Kickstarter. Everybody's like, oh, and I made a mistake, and some people still have them like that, the old way.
Do they last?
And somebody had it from the original Bandit, and they've had it since the Kickstarter 6 years ago. All right, so now that's done. And it's really not about like, hey, what am I trying to do? The next step is cutting the sides.
They're just showing the steps of what's...
Yeah. And this scissor is the only scissors that can last cutting that band.
They're old school, man.
I tried, I went through so many scissors, broke them during that Bandit. I broke all the plastic ones I bought. I said, oh man, I broke like 5 of them. I said, I'm buying a really good metal one. And then that metal one still wasn't good enough, and then I found these. Friscar. The best ones, I got 2 of them. Last forever.
Is that the original scissors you've had throughout this whole thing now that you started?
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one at the end of Bandit when I buy the good scissors. And I still have it. It still works today. I've cut over thousands of Bandits. Thousands. And then I do this. Trim off the ends.
Anybody who's watched it this long really gets a sense of the work.
Yeah, so this is just 4, right? Imagine doing 5,000. Imagine doing 8,000 over 7 years.
I'm having a hard time thinking how I could do one.
But I can actually do 100 today. And I will probably sew, what did I put on? About 65 I got to do these before they're going out of business here. But I wanted to, I know this is a popular Bandit, so. And then I still got to seal it. I usually use a blowtorch or something, but for these 4 I'll just use my lighter. And I learned that I should just fray off here. There's a little device that melts elastic, but I don't need it for this 4. But for the other ones I'm going to do, this is kind of homemade way to do it. Because after you do like 50, this gets hot. I like to burn myself. I did burn myself.
You don't like to burn yourself. It just happened that you burn yourself.
I don't know. I do it all my life, so I must like to burn myself. Right? Straight talk.
Straight talk, man.
If I keep burning myself, I must like it until I stop. Then when I stop, I can say, I'm done burning myself. I don't like it. But obviously I like to play with lighters. It fascinates me. So at first I was doing lighters, right? And then I had to show you what I'm doing for Bandit, because I think this would be a good one.
Should we have gotten your full name here, Bal? Permission to use this video?
Yes. You have permission, Vin, to use this video and share it how you please.
What is your name? Your full name?
Andrew Mostajo Makeup. This is what I use for Bandit. I had to speed up, and I got tired of burning myself with my lighter, right? And I figure. So I did this for Bandit, sealing out the elastic, not knowing any better. I just don't want to burn myself with lighters.
It's tedious. The process, I mean.
That's what I use in Bandit 1.0. But, and then here, this is flipping them. So I help to flip it, they're not much. And then, you know, sometime run off. This one was because I had that rethread. So I might just send this to the $7 thing. That didn't make the cut. Done. Messed up right there on the edge. That didn't make the cut, you see it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Compared to this one. That one didn't make the cut to this one. That one would in Bandit 1.0 done. You didn't make the cut.
And it'll be gone in the garbage.
But now I know that people with small imperfections would buy it. And I kind of regret throwing away all the other ones. This one too, look. I don't know what's happening. If I couldn't recover it, I don't know what. I made a mistake in the stitch, but you know, it's been a while since I've sewn a bunch right off the bat that fast. Right? Now that one recovered. It recovered.
Oh yeah.
But this
That's
one,
good.
this one didn't. Like I don't know what's happening here. So I'll just put that as $7 one. So I'm not happy with that. So that was good. 5 to 10% that didn't make the cut. Over the course of here, I got 2 done. That's when my eyes, I got to a point before I launched 3.0. That's all I would sell. Oh, that didn't make it either because, see? Got a little hole there.
Imperfection. 1 out of the 5 that you went
After
for.
Bandit, and also after everybody's comments and what I learned for years until today, if I would do a run and I had to make lunch, this one didn't even make it. I don't even know what's happening with this. I don't know. This might not even make it either. So I just made 4 for nothing. So I wasn't checking my stitching. So I'd go sew 4 more. That didn't make the cut all these years. Everybody told me the comments on what they wanted. That did not make the cut. I had no idea I could sell these. I just go. I would try to recover some by taking off this and resewing the elastic. But see, the elastic is just, oh, I don't know what happened.
But it's still good. It's still a Bandit. You can still put it in your pocket, and it's going to last years.
Right. It will still last, but it's just flaws.
Yeah.
And I was quality control, sewing contracting manufacturer, and based off of everything I learned from Bandit, from people giving, feedback, good and bad, I refined the process of Bandit even more so.
Didn't your team help you? I mean,
I was the team.
you were the only one, not the.
So, for years after Bandit 1.0, if I did anything like that, it wouldn't be sold. The leather had to be perfect. So even when I saw this, I'm like, I'm inspecting the leather and make sure it's perfect. Me, one-man band, making sure one dot didn't go over like that.
There we go.
And then I can't recover on the one dot because the elastic's only that. So I couldn't recover on this one. What's wrong with this one is, I don't know if you can see it, right? See the stitching there?
Yeah.
Not perfect in my eyes. But I just started. So once I get into flow, so what I would do with this one, I didn't go, this is what I did to recover because I had to maximize every leather swatch, right? So I would recover this, not throw it in the trash. This one went in the trash because of that one dot. I can't recover, went through the trash. This one, I would recover as much as I can, like this. All the ones that didn't make it, that stitching, this is what I would do. That stitching did not make the cut. You know what I mean? And I would re-sew it, the elastic. None of it would go out based off of feedback what I learned on Bandit. I improved the stitching on the ends, right? Improved the stitching on the ends, never flaws like that. This is terrible. Terrible. I'm better than that. I know I can. I've sewn so much of this that I got it to perfection. But I don't make enough money at 10, 13 bucks a pop. I'd love to sew all day long. If I can make 75,000 a year, I can. I've tried. So in between, I got jobs where I'm good at. News, marketing, promotion. And in between, I would sew.
So not a major manufacturer.
Now,
Fulfillment
with the
group.
hopes of a manufacturer with guidance from me and me staying out of the way, maybe, I don't know, maybe it could work. I don't know. Because all I know is this. This is all I know. For 7 years. Staples.
And that's why going out of business.
Staples. Bob, I put Staples now. Is everything? Oh, I got another stapler. Good. Maybe there's staples in there. Yay. I tried automatic staplers, doesn't work as good as this one. So now I gotta make 4 more. And this is why I'm selling the stock off. And there's hopes to do and relaunch Bandit Wallet XL, but I'm not gonna sew. There's no way I could sew enough. There's not enough time in a day. If I could just sew all day long and be a rich man, I would. I love sewing, man. It just shows, like, once I get going, I'm there. I'm in the sewing zone.
The relaxing
No, but
takes over.
check this out. Check this out. This is how much I just love to sew. Nobody's telling me what to do, what I'm doing wrong. Hey, Andrew, you're doing this job wrong. Based off of somebody complaining about me, right? This is a true story, you know. I can make good money in video production. I did my own video production. I'm the video guy, I'm the director, I'm the editor, I'm the graphics guy. Every project I launch, I'm the guy. I filmed myself for Bandit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy that sold all your wallets. I'm the one-man band. And why I'm happy to sew? Check this out. You gotta move in because I gotta watch TV while I sew. The happiness is not here. Okay? This is my happy place. If I could just sew Monday through Friday, 8 hours a week, I would be happy just watching, not the Tubi TV, Netflix while I sew. If I can make $75,000 sewing right here, 75,000 is just barely making it. I got 3 kids. One is in college. I should be helping him. Another one is another one in Hawaii. She's 16. She wants to go to Harvard in her master's for doctor. Oh man, that's $100,000 a year. I wish I could be comfortable here. I really wish I could be. I'd be a happy camper just watching that 70s show. And,
There you go.
and just sew until I can't sew anymore. And I wish I could just go this slow for 8 hours a day. All I would do is watch TV and sew, and I don't have to deal with anybody saying I'm doing something wrong at work. I didn't do it good enough. I didn't work long enough. I wish I could do this for 8 hours a day and be very comfortable and provide for 3 children. The oldest one is adult, but I wish I could. But I can't. This is the reason why I am stopping Bandit. Because I wish I could just stay here and sew all day long. I gotta troubleshoot why my stitching on the end's going wrong. I have no idea.
Yes, Kitty, I sprinkled the streets of Point Place with your half-pound bag of salt.
Wait, Mom, you know this? And you just said, please, go ahead and take my son's college money and use it on a poker show?
I think your father asked me if I could remember. I really hope so.
So this is ours.
He said I'm spending
I would be so happy just watching TV, listening to it, and sewing.
the best blueberry cobbler
If I could make a living from it.
That was the hopes of Bandit in the original, right? I mean, you would.
No, I tried to reach out to get manufacturers to make it at $4 a unit. All of them said, how much you gonna order? 500? No.
There's always a place for you in a failing home.
4 times 500 is $2,000.
Absolutely no money for help.
They're like, you want to just pay us $2,000 and we're gonna allocate a contractor for you? No, we're not taking it. You had to order like 1,000 or something. Yeah. I'm like, I don't have 1,000. Yes, I can go on sewing. I don't have 1,000 because at the end of Bandit, I had to ask my dad. So from living in the workspace in the apartment, when I finally delivered Bandit, I actually didn't have enough left over. I was negative $2,500 with the shipping. Asked my dad to borrow his credit card. But luckily, I borrowed his credit card, fulfilled Bandit for the Kickstarters, did that, ran away, and then basically kept making money selling pre-orders after that. Like pre-orders, just online sales. Then I released Bandit 2.0, but I made sure like I really made sure that I really messed up and I ran away from Bandit 1.0. I had no money to replace anybody's one. I discovered later some people didn't get it, and I'm sorry. I owed my dad $2,500 that I never paid back. And then just kept living off of Bandit sales online, launched 2.0, went from Kickstarter to the online store at amagpod.com. There was a select few, there was a limited run of 2.0. But that turned to be challenging, flipping it out, you know?
Too tight on the
Yeah,
flip.
too tight to flip. I still sold it for a couple of years, launched 3.0 and then 4.0. That was it, you know? So now I'm just gonna do one, because I gotta figure out, like, what the heck happened? I did my bobbin? Why was my stitching at the end like terrible? Yeah, see? So what happened was, my bobbin kind of going so fast, flipped it. And it wasn't, that was out already.
This happens a lot.
Yeah, all the time. But I'm gonna make sure by doing one instead of doing four. That was stupid. You know? You never do four, you make sure you test it with one. Make sure your sewing machine is going. And that's what I taught myself through sewing 20, and then all of a sudden they were all bad because I didn't check my bobbin.
Hmm.
You know? So I learned, like, if I'm gonna get back on, switch a bobbin, I'm gonna do one. Because it's no fun doing 100 and you're all wrong. So you do one, make sure your bobbin's good, or you test it, you know what I mean? You test it, you test the stitching just like this. So if you're gonna do a zigzag stitching and you switch your bobbin, you make sure you really test that zigzag stitching before you do the actual product. Because it should just be really perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you didn't check your bobbin and you swapped it out and something wrong with the bobbin or something wrong with the thing, and then you do like 100, that happened.
Hmm.
I did 100 and I ruined it, like 35 of them.
Why didn't you just say enough? I'm done. I gotta do something
As
else.
I promised to. I wasn't going to run away with people's money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't run away with people's money. What I promise is what I deliver. If I can't deliver it, I refund your money. I knew I could do it. The only thing I failed to do was let people know why it's taking so long. You know? I'm just kind of mad at myself that I didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, if I seem irritated right now, I'm just like, man, that's all I had to do. Tell people the truth. Let them into the reality show. Because, man, I was having fun sewing it, man. I woke up 5 o'clock in the morning, sewing or stapling or cutting thread, putting it together, went to sleep at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, woke up again at 5, started sewing, you know. But I was in a rush. I had to speed it up. I knew everybody needed their wallets and wanted their wallets, but what I did fail to realize was if I only let them in, I think everybody would have understood.
Yeah.
One man sewing a wallet.
That was your, one of your first projects ever, right? I mean, it's not like.
It was my second Kickstarter project that I was actually the third, right? But first one, I wasn't a manufacturer. It was a metal product. Second one was a sewing one. I refunded mostly everybody on that one. They know that because I gave them their money back. That was Poster Minimal Wallet. I couldn't duplicate it. I didn't know any better. When I made that one sample, I go, oh yeah, the sample took me 4 days to make. And then when I tried to mass duplicate it, failed. So I refunded everybody's money on that project. And then for Bandit, I knew I could do it. I knew I could sew it on. It was very easy to sew for me. Just took time, you know. And it's still easy sewing it. You know what I mean? Like I can sew these all day long, but there's no way I could live off of. And then ordering the leather. In order for me to get leather, because the scrap leather wasn't worth it, I learned over time. Buying scrap leather, cutting it like that, it was more profitable to buy hides. But the manufacturer I found in the U.S. is a $2,600 minimum order. You know, when they sell all these bandits and only make about $4 grand, after shipping and everything, only make $3 grand. You know, let's just say that's the ballpark number.
Mm-hmm.
Well, am I just going to use $2,600 just for the leather? I got to spend money to cut it. I got to buy more material. So I'm going to put more money into something and make more wallets, because that's what I've been doing. I think I just been doing them because I had another job. So I just buy leather, whatever. I think I've been in the last 3 or 4 years, I think I've just been putting money in this to get people wallets. I don't know, I haven't been counting. All I know is that I get emails from people, I love your wallet, man, this is the greatest wallet ever. Oh my gosh, what a successful thing. I think I've been losing money because I've been putting my own money to buy leather, spending all this time. So if I actually did the math, like after this bandit sale of going out of business, I can't buy $2,600 of leather. I don't know what's going on with my stitch, so I'll have to really analyze what's happening. I'm getting some flaws. You see it? Like, I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
I usually don't get that kind of flaws, so it might be the bobbin's not good, and I have to just choose another roll. Like the bobbin, like I found out, like even though you buy a bunch of them, some bobbins don't work. I'm gonna throw you up, bobbin, because you just wasted my time. You know? And I go, it's the same thing. It's the same brand. But there is bad bobbins that cannot handle that. And I gotta take a break. That's it, dude.
It's all right.